to me, it's about having the ability to think about different scenarios and different solutions, because the world's moving at such a pace that if you're stuck in a particular way of doing something and then something changes, then that's dead. So to me, the main thing for innovation for me is about having the ability to think about different scenarios, so that everything that comes up, you can go, okay, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this.
This is the really change in the mindset and like way how people are thinking for organization to see the gaps or see what doesn't work and ask always question how we can do it better or how we can do it differently, how we can disrupt. So if like this kind of thinking is like exists at all levels of organization, it like really drive organization forward.
So over the last 50 years, the way that people are taught from MBAs, management school thinking, traditional leadership thinking, is that an organisation is like a machine, and therefore someone at the top can turn a button here, and some cogs turn, and something comes out of the bottom, right? And I think many people are wired in that way of thinking. I don't believe that's how organisations work at all. I think it's much more like an organism. So there will be different things, like a plant, if you like. There'll be shoots of things that happen in different parts of the organisation. So the trick is to pay attention to those shoots and pour water on them. And some of them will grow and they'll come out from the shadows of other leaves and they'll grow into something great. Others won't. Others will just not get the sunlight, not get the water, and they will die. That's how it really happens, in my opinion. Not just in organisations, in society, frankly. So if you think about it like that, I'm not sure that a very systematic approach to how you create time for people necessarily works, because there are different pockets within the organisation, different cultures, different ways of working. The role of a leader has changed significantly in the last 15, 20 years. And I think it's because the internet and the way that people interact on the internet has changed the way that people think about work. So online, anyone can do anything in theory. Anyone can can create a following. Anyone can share an idea. And I think if people have grown up with that kind of mentality, coming into places of work where there are hierarchies and organisation charts with boxes and people's names in them, that's completely opposite. It doesn't make sense.
Don't give up on experiments. And actually I would say that especially the two things which is not coming together, innovation and process, like these two words, like very contradictory. And here it's about like to find probably the right balance, because you have to deal with this, especially in the big enterprises with like certain structure, but at the same time to give as much freedom as it is. So, and it should be like evolving process where like you give like really freedom to you, like to tackle like different opportunities and the ways how people can innovate inside.
My advice would be don't underestimate complexity. So thinking that the answer to innovation is lots of ideas and that's all it is only going to get you so far. Thinking that it's just about a process is only going to get you so far. Thinking it's only about culture is only going to get you so far. You have to look at the whole of what you're trying to do and achieve. And that feels really hard sometimes, because it doesn't mean it's a project that starts and finishes. You can't say, okay, tomorrow we're going to start innovating, and over the next month we're going to innovate. At the end, we'll be innovative. I don't think that's the way it works.